Welcome to Cadence Design Systems Omnis Tutorial Tuesday, where we show you how to use a fully integrated environment, Omnis, in short videos of a few minutes. In this video, I will show you how to manipulate the CAD using the Modify toolbar. The Modify toolbar is accessible from the geometry context using the third button in the pie. It provides very useful features to bring your geometry to a meshing-ready state. Let's have a look at the different options in the toolbar from left to right. The first tool regroups the surfaces within each boundary based on a threshold angle. When the angle between normals of conformal surfaces is under the threshold angle, the surfaces will be grouped as a new boundary. If the geometry contains fillets, a reference curvature radius can be used for the detection of fillets as well as different grouping strategies. You can see in this example that a basic strategy will create separate boundaries for the fillets, while an advanced strategy will group the fillets with adjacent boundaries. The Multi-Resolution Tool allows the creation of multiple levels of details for multi-resolution of the geometry triangulation. This is useful when the geometry is defined by a very large number of triangles. In that case, camera movements can become less responsive and the interface be less user-friendly. The multi-resolution option avoids this issue by allowing multiple levels of detail to be created for the geometry and displaying a coarser triangulation level when performing camera movements. The third option removes features created in CAD from the geometry. This can be applied to remove fillets, embosses, lofts, chamfers, etc. The Boolean tool allows to perform Boolean operations on CAD imported with the option Keep Original Geometry Definition. You can also use the Boolean tool on primitives created within Omnis. As shown in this example, you can unite, subtract, or intersect bodies by first selecting a target assembly and then the tool assembly or assemblies. The Extrude Phase option extrudes a selected surface along the direction specified. As soon as a surface is selected, a preview of the extrusion is displayed in the GUI. Once the extrusion is performed, a new assembly boundary containing the new created surfaces is added to the tree. The Grow Phase tool expands a selected surface boundary radially with the offset value specified. A preview of the result is provided in the GUI. A new assembly boundary containing the expanded surface is then created. The scaling operation enlarges or shrinks the size of the selected geometry by a scale factor. The scale factor is applied from the origin in all directions. For primitives, the scale factor is applied at the anchor point used during the creation. The blending tool smooths off an edge or a list of edges by introducing new faces to a body. This option can be performed on the edges of CAD geometries and on 3D primitives created within Omnis. If all edges of a face have to be blended, the face can be selected for the operation. All the edges will be blended simultaneously and grouped into a boundary. Split along an ISO curve can be used to add a parametric curve on a surface or to divide a surface. Press Shift to switch the direction of the parametric curve. Press Ctrl and left-click to add the curve to the repository, or just left-click to split the surface along the curve. When splitting, the old surface is replaced in the geometry repository by the two new surfaces. The next option, Cap Holes, creates new surfaces to fill holes surrounded by surfaces or closed-loop curves. This tool contains an automatic hole search functionality based on a range of hole sizes. The new boundaries are then added to the tree. With the next tool, you can change the triangulation of a CAD geometry by changing the chordal tolerance and the maximum triangle size. The chordal tolerance controls the allowed distance between an edge and its tessellation. The Sew Sheets tool allows users to sew together multiple sheet bodies. It can be useful to reduce the number of separated bodies composing the geometry for a more efficient usage of other geometry or mesh tools. Sewing operations also become fundamental when a conformal geometry is needed. Conformality is not guaranteed at the connection between different sheet bodies. So by using this tool, the user can sew neighbors' sheet bodies together and then change the triangulation to produce a conformal geometry. The next tool converts geometry definitions from CAD to tessellation for an entire body. Primitives created in Omnis can also be converted into tessellation using this tool. After the conversion, operations requiring tessellation can be performed on the geometry, such as the next operation. Conformized geometry conformalizes the triangulated geometry of an STL by performing stitching on the free edges found. This can be useful because in general, conformal geometry will have better geometry capturing during the mesh generation. The stitching algorithm will not treat the edges pertaining to 3 or more surfaces. You can use an absolute distance tolerance to merge the free edges separated by a distance within the tolerance, or you can compute the tolerance based on a percentage of geometry edges. The Autoseal tool is a powerful method to close holes automatically. It will be the subject of its own video. This tool detects saddle-type corners in the geometry and creates a sphere centered in the location of such corners. The goal is to avoid meshing these corners directly, as they can lead to decreased mesh quality. The geometry must be conformal near the target corners for them to be detected. Finally, the feature sharp angles detects and removes the very sharp angles in the geometry that would produce bad quality cells. This tool should be used with care on a surface-per-surface basis to avoid undesired defeaturing. This algorithm cannot be executed on multiple bodies, so no defeaturing will be applied between bodies. In addition, the geometry must be conformal near the corners to detect. The blunt width parameter defines where the algorithm will apply the cut. These are all the current available options in the Modify Geometry toolbar. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button to subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos like this. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please drop us a line down below or connect with us on LinkedIn, which is linked in the description. Thank you all and have a great Tuesday.